Yeah! Woo! Heck yeah, baby!
Rivers gives to Sproles, angling left, has room, 15, 10, 5, jackpot! He got it! He got it! He got it!
Touchdown, Antonio Gates! 112 career touchdown catches. That's the most by an NFL tight end all time.
I would have hoped that people would have figured it out. I just like to play football.
This is Score More with Garrett Sisti.
Let's go!
What's up, good people? Welcome to a brand new Score More with Garrett Sisti. Back at you. Welcome, good people. We're here for another appreciation podcast. Last week went really well, talking about a Tito Abonia and Poona Ford. This week, Chargers get another win, this time over the hapless Panthers, who happen to be beat out of a starting quarterback. Bryce Young isn't starting anymore. He was so bad against the Chargers, but not the Chargers' problem. But maybe a result to the Chargers. But anyway, today, another appreciation post covering somebody who didn't get a lot of love this weekend, and I think he deserves a little bit more. On this podcast, you know, during the week, we do the games afterwards for after hours, and we hit on the main points of the things like, you know, Elijah Molden, who was great, got the interception, a couple big hits, was really good on the back end. On Sunday, Quentin Johnston, 2-touchdown day, a career day for Quentin Johnston, who, if he comes together in this offense, could look a little bit better than we all expected. He was great. Joe Alt seems like the best rookie through 2 weeks, and that's with a crazy day from Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. Still, Joe Alt able to shut everybody down. Big test this weekend with TJ Watt, not JJ Watt, his brother, TJ. And can't wait to see that matchup. But before I get into it, make sure everybody subscribes. Go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe here so you can see us when we drop our podcast. Craig does his on Tuesdays. Score More is here on Wednesdays, as you see. You've got Jamie on Fridays. We'll be on after hours, after the games, Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, whenever they drop. We'll be there right as it ends. So look for all that. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, and we will post the audio shortly after that. So you'll look for those audio podcasts as well. Audio audience is still by far the biggest thing the Lightning Round has. So thank you all for listening. Those of you that are watching Score More, you get to see little tricks like this, bang, bang. And those of you listening, it sounds weird. And also, when I do these film breakdowns, I don't know what you're listening to. Me break down video, but that's okay. Thank you all for listening. And now let's go on to the appreciation post. And then also make sure to join Patreon and Twitter and all that other stuff. Make sure you just caught up with us because we got a lot of content coming this year and just getting better and better. So the appreciation post. So like I mentioned, a lot of people could have got a lot of, probably got a game ball. Elijah Molden got a game ball. J.K. Dobbins was great again for the second week in a row. Quentin Johnston gets a game ball. Who else? Ortiz got a game ball. The scout who found Elijah Molden, or the personnel guy who found Elijah Molden and brought him over in that trade, also gets a game ball. There was a lot of game balls passed around from Sunday's game against Carolina, which not a real negatives. Not a lot at all. It was pretty smooth sailing. As soon as the Chargers scored 7-0, the Panthers were never coming back. They were never throwing the ball more than 5 yards. Everything was underneath. Even when they had to go fourth down late, they were still throwing it in front of the sticks. I mean, they had major issues. And that's part of the reason why Bryce Young is no longer starting quarterback for the Panthers for now. But a guy that did not get enough love this Sunday was Daiyan Henley. We saw Junior Colson get injured partway through this game. The seriousness of that injury hopefully is not too bad. Denzel Perryman has been really good through 2 weeks. Really, really good. But Henley had to see extended time today with Junior Colson going down. Not today, sorry, Sunday. Got to see extended time. So we got to see a lot of Daiyan Henley. And before we start, breaking down this video, which I'll do real quickly here, and we'll do just like we did last week. You guys really liked the video last week. Thanks for all the great feedback on that. And if there's anything else you want to see like this or stuff we're missing, please send it all. We're open to all suggestions, ideas, and just making this the best it can be. So before we get into Henley's breakdown here, I just want to say Staley should be in jail. Brandon Staley cannot justify not putting a guy like Daiyan Henley on the field. With as bad as the linebacker core last year was, with Kenneth Murray, Eric Kendricks, they were starting, Ambagamiga, Nick Neiman. I mean, they were going through the ringer, the bottom of the barrel of this linebacker group, and they could not find snaps for Henley, and that is a crime. I don't want to say hate crime, but it is a war crime. Is that too much? Is that too much? That's too much. Okay. It's a crime. He should be in jail. I cannot believe that they could not get Henley on the field. That is unbelievable. Luckily, tides have turned. Harbaugh sees something in Henley. Talked him up during training camp too. They really liked what he showed while Colson was kind of banged up in training camp. Perryman, Henley got some love, and they did really good during week 2. So I'm going to cover some plays from Henley, which were really impressive. A guy that went under the radar, but led the team in tackles on Sunday. So doing all the dirty work. He almost got an interception in the fourth quarter, kind of got some friendly fire, was hit kind of in the lower midsection as the ball was landing in his hands, kind of caused him to kind of drop that ball. And he joked about it on Twitter the next day. But, there's no big splash plays where you go, oh my God, Poona Ford gets the interception, or Tito Abonia gets a big stop on 4th down, or Poona Ford, helps on a 3rd down stop. Those things stick out a lot. But Henley on Sunday was really impressive, and I feel like flew a little bit under the radar. I'm going to give him his flowers here today, and let's break down the game from Daiyan Henley. So I'm going to go 4 plays, and then there's a string of my 3 favorite plays, which all happened in the same drive. Something that I thought was really, really impressive. Something that I didn't catch till the second watch. So I'm sure a lot of you didn't catch either. So first off here. So here's a play from the first quarter. You've got Colson still in the game here. He's actually next to Henley here. But the way in which Henley attacks the line of scrimmage here, takes on a blocker, and still tackles the running back for a minimal gain is really impressive here. You'll see him attack straight through the middle of the line of scrimmage. He gets kind of a double team early on. There's a little center right guard combo block on him to start. Then the center moves off and goes to the second level. Didn't matter because there was many Chargers there, Henley included. So as he attacks, he goes straight on right guard, pops up out of his stance, holds him off with one hand, with his left hand. And then as the running back goes to try to cut in this lane, you've got Henley diving with his right hand, tackles him, 2-yard gain. A really, really good run stop here from Daiyan Henley. The other thing that's been really impressive with Henley, and something that I think should be brought up with these clips as we move on to the second clip, is Henley's open field tackling has been really impressive through 2 weeks. A guy at the second level that you do not have to worry about in terms of missed tackles. He's gotten so much play on defense that he's also playing on special teams, and you see the special teams tackles as well. So it's translating not only on the defensive end, but also on special teams. And here's a clip that kind of showcases that here off this little bubble screen. You've got Bryce Young, got to get the ball out of his hand quickly because he can not read a defense nor throw the ball very far. Adam Thielen has movement early on. You kind of see Henley here pointing, indicating that there's a man moving and where he's going to go. And you see as soon as Bryce Young cocks that arm back, ready to hit Deontay Johnson on the sideline, you see 72 here running downfield. He's obviously supposed to get Daiyan Henley here, but he tries to get Asante Samuel Jr. 11 yards down the field. I love the movement downfield, but you got to go at Henley here. That's your man. That's your target. So anyway, runs right by Henley. Henley's got one-on-one with Deontay Johnson. Johnson just covers up, and Henley does a nice wrap-up tackle. Nothing that's super impressive in terms of, a tackle for a loss. He doesn't poke the ball out. There's no fumble, no interception, but just a sure tackle at the second level, making sure to tackle him for, what is that, a 4-yard gain before the sticks, making sure he doesn't get any extra yards, attacking that wide receiver, making sure that there's no blocker in front of him. He kind of navigates. You can see that he is running along the path of the offensive lineman, then cuts back inside as soon as he sees that Johnson's about to cut back inside, and then he just wraps up with both hands, and then it's kind of a party where you've got 3 other Chargers joining in on the party. You got Poona Ford, Henley, you've got Derwin helping to drag them all down, but a nice little open field tackle here from Henley. So here's the third clip of Daiyan Henley. Did I say 4 clips before the run of 3? Whatever it is. It's 6 total. So here is the last one before I put my bunch together of the nice 3-play run from Henley. And as you can see, the lone linebacker in this package, Bryce Young, takes the check down. This, again, a nice rep, a nice open field tackle from Daiyan Henley. As the lone linebacker, he's got to make sure everything is out in front of him. And like we mentioned earlier, Bryce Young isn't going to be throwing 15 yards. He's probably not throwing 10 yards. He's the first one to meet Miles Sanders here on the check down is Henley. As you can see, Sanders tries to make a move on him, fakes out, goes back in, a nice little open field tackle. Khalil Mack's chasing the other side of the field, by the way. Started his rush against the right tackle, comes all the way back to the other side of the field, helps to make this tackle. Molden's there too. There's cleanup duty from a DB. It doesn't matter. They're not getting anywhere. But again, a real nice open field tackle from Henley, something that I think is important to showcase because there's been so many issues with the linebacking group from years past on tackling at the second level. Henley, through 2 games, has been really, really crisp in his tackling. We've seen some tackles behind the line of scrimmage. On Sunday, we saw some really good reps in the open field where he's just one-on-one with whether it's Deontay Johnson, whether it's Miles Sanders. Once they get that ball out, he's able to wrap up, tackle, and then like this Chargers defense is doing right now, it's a tackle party. They get 2, 3, 4 guys on top of that pile, and then you bring them down, and it's a group effort. Everybody's out there contributing. So the next run of plays here is what I think has showcased how good Henley was on Sunday. Again, nothing's going to, flash too much, but Henley makes plays on all 3 downs on the same drive. First, second, and third. Panthers have to punt. Let's take a look at play number 1 on first down. 1st and 10 on this clip, you're going to see Henley's pretty easy to spot because he's got the yellow gloves. Man, as soon as that ball snaps, he's attacking line of scrimmage. I just absolutely love the shot out of the gate here. I mean, he hasn't even handed the ball off, and Henley's already in the backfield. So then you see Khalil Mack comes in, dives at the feet of Hubbard. Hubbard avoids the first one from Mack, who tries to make the shoestring tackle. But the cleanup duty, right there, slips inside 63, gets in there, tackle for a loss, a 2-yard loss for the Panthers. An excellent play from Henley here to start at the second level, attack the left guard, get inside of him, and then get in the backfield and make the tackle. So now the Panthers are second and long because of the tackle for a loss from Henley. And again, you've got Perryman and Henley. This is late in the game. Colson is out now. And this time Henley's watching to see the receivers. But as soon as he sees that handoff, he's going, attacking line of scrimmage. Does a little hip toss. So gives Hubbard maybe an extra yard here. But beats him for a 1-yard gain. Another easy tackle. They call it a 3-yard gain. Call it 3rd and 9 here. Again, nice tackle in the run game from Henley. Obviously, now we're in a passing down. So now you've got Henley in the middle, and you've got Derwin to the right of him. So Henley has got the middle of the field. He's got Tommy Tremble. The cross is right in front of him. Nice tackle from Henley, and A.J. Finley making a little cameo here. Comes in on the tackle. Both of them meet in the middle. Derwin's there too. Fulton's there. Geez, there's 5 Chargers there. And then Carolina has to punt. But as you saw, 3 plays, 3 times Henley affects the play on the Panthers' entire drive. We saw a tackle for a loss on first down, a run stop on second down. We saw an easy tackle in the open field on third down. Doesn't let the tight end get behind him, keeps him in front of him, swarms him on the tackle with Finley. They got a punt. Great job from Finley, and also Henley, but most importantly Henley, because that's what this podcast was all about. So Henley, great game, led the team in tackles, double-digit tackles, some nice open field tackling from Henley, and a nice little rotation in this linebacker core if we can get Junior Colson healthy, hopefully soon, and maybe Minter's defense will be even better, which will be a fun thought to think about. Great job from Harbaugh, who's got this team rolling. Minter's got this team swarming. This defense looks really good under Minter. Great job from Henley. He deserves the appreciation. Can't wait to see how this defense unfolds going forward. And a big test on Sunday against Pittsburgh. Can't wait to see it. Nothing but good vibes here. 2-0 for the Chargers. And that's what this podcast is all about. Good vibes. So, thanks for joining me. Make sure you're following everywhere. And let's just hope the Chargers score more on Sunday.